The Library of Living Tales. Jenna was a college sophomore known for her late nights at the library. One evening, she stumbled across an unfamiliar passage hidden behind a row of history books. Curious, she squeezed through, brushing away cobwebs, and found herself in a narrow room lined with dusty, leather-bound books, their spines faded with age. One book immediately drew her attention. Its title, The Untold Stories, was embossed in tarnished gold. Unable to resist, she opened it to the first story. As she read, vivid images of a stormy seaside cliff filled her mind, so real she could almost feel the salt on her skin and hear the roar of the waves. She paused, blinking, but the sounds lingered, echoing softly in the dim room. Flipping to the next page, Jenna found herself surrounded by the scent of a dense, misty forest. Shadows moved at the edge of her vision, twisting like branches stretching toward her. Nervously, she looked around, and for a moment it seemed like the library room itself had become draped in fog, with shadowy trees encircling her. She brushed it off and turned to the next story, one about an old mansion haunted by restless spirits. As her eyes moved over the words, a chill settled over her, and whispers filled the room, ghostly, pleading, and full of sorrow. When she looked up, pale faces watched her from the edges of the room, drifting closer, their hollow eyes locked onto her. Panicking, Jenna slammed the book shut, but the eerie atmosphere remained. The whispers turned angry, becoming a deep, ominous chant. Fingers trembling, she tried to place the book back on the shelf, but it wouldn't leave her hand. The book itself seemed to cling to her, growing heavier and colder with every second. Desperate, Jenna began flipping the pages backward, hoping to undo whatever curse she had triggered. But instead of finding the beginning, each page turned into another scene, a battlefield filled with shadowy soldiers, a crumbling city in flames, a group of sinister faces staring directly at her from the page. The final page had no words, only a reflection of her face staring back, mouth open in horror. As she watched, her reflection began to change, her eyes becoming hollow, her expression twisted in fear. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The reflection of her face in the book twisted in a silent scream, and before she knew it, she felt herself being pulled forward, sinking into the pages as though they were quicksand. When the librarian finally found the hidden room, all that remained was the untold stories back in its place on the shelf. She dusted it off, noting a new title etched on the first page, The Curious Student, and underneath, the illustration of a girl staring in horror, forever trapped in the pages.